one and all channel Satyam Ideal Learning, and guys, today we will be discussing about asexual reproduction. So guys, it is a very important topic and very interesting one also. So guys, let's start it. Asexual reproduction. Okay. Now, we've already discussed what is asexual reproduction and what is sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, only one parent is involved. And see, now asexual reproduction occurs mainly, mostly in the lower organisms. Okay, so asexual reproduction occurs mainly, mostly in the lower organisms, but it also occurs in higher plants and animals. Don't worry about that. Okay, so asexual reproduction occurs mostly in the lower organisms. Now, there are many ways. Like see, in binary fission also asexual reproduction. In binary fission it occurs. In multiple fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration, spore formation, vegetative propagation. And guys, we will be discussing about fragmentation and regeneration difference also. So guys, watch the video till end and let's start with our topic asexual reproduction and what are the ways in which how it is occurring. Okay, so the first one is binary fission. Now, what happens in binary fission? See, if I take an example of an amoeba, you can see in the diagram also, don't worry. If there is amoeba, like this is an amoeba and this is the nucleus, okay, and this is the nucleus, okay. Now, see, at the very first, what happens in binary fission? The genetic material which is inside the nucleus, no. So the genetic material which is inside the nucleus first duplicate. Okay. So the genetic material will be duplicated. And now what will happen? When the genetic material will be duplicated, see, now the genetic material will be duplicated. Now this is one genetic material and this is another. Okay. So genetic material has been duplicated. Now the nucleus will divide into two. Okay. Daughter nuclei. Okay. So the nucleus will divide into two. So this nucleus will divide into two. Like this is an amoeba. Any structure. And this is amoeba and it divides into two. Okay. And now the genetic material which has been duplicated, now it will be divided equally in each of them. So genetic material has been divided equally in each of them. So the nucleus at the very first genetic character, genetic material will divide, will duplicate, and then the nucleus will divide. Okay. And then what will happen? The amoeba will constrict in the middle. Okay. So if this is an amoeba, okay. So it will constrict from the middle. Okay. It will constrict from the middle. And see. It will constrict from the middle. Middle side it will constrict. Now, this is amoeba and from the middle it will constrict. It will become narrow and narrow. Okay. And when it becomes narrow and narrow, one nucleus side genetic material is this and one is this. Now, these daughter nuclei are on each side. And then it will constrict more and narrow, and then it will be dividing. And then it will have been divided. Okay. So, it will divide now. What will happen? It will divide into two daughter cells. Okay. This is how binary fission is occurring. Now, multiple fission. Multiple fission occurs in chlorella also. In amoeba, when we say in unfavorable conditions in amoeba it occurs. Okay. So, multiple fission occurs in unfavorable conditions in amoeba. Okay. Now how? See, we have already discussed in kingdom Protista also, but I am telling once more. See, if this is a amoeba, Now what will be having with the amoeba? Now it will take its pseudopedia. These are pseudopedia which elongates and help in movement. Okay, so these pseudopedia will contract and become in spherical in shape. Okay, in circle in shape. And then this is the nucleus. Now what it will do? To conserve all its energy, it will slows down all the life processes, its own life processes. So has to conserve its energy. So it will conserve its energy by slowing down all the kind of life processes. Now it will slow down all the kind of life processes and it will conserve its energy and form a three-layered wall around it. Okay, it will form a three-layered wall around it. And the cell in this state is known as cyst. Okay, it is known as cyst. The cell in this state is known as cyst. Now what will happen? The nucleus will divide repeatedly into more and more daughter nuclei. Okay, and when the nuclei will divide, see, the nucleus has been divided into more and more daughter nuclei. Okay, now what will happen? The cytoplasm which is inside, no, it will also divide. See, at the very first, why this wall has been made? To protect them from the unfavorable condition. Okay, now what happened? I have told you that the nucleus will divide into many daughter nuclei, and now the cytoplasm which is inside, no, the cytoplasm will be given to each of the daughter nuclei. Okay, so the cytoplasm will be given to each of the daughter nuclei. See, now this is, I am making one nice diagram, don't worry. Like this is one. This is the kind of see, this is the cell. This is the cell and this is a three-layered wall which is in this state is known as cyst. Now what will be happen? See, now I have told you that the daughter nuclei will be having cytoplasm. The cytoplasm will divide in each of the daughter nuclei. Now, so the daughter amoeba will be formed. Daughter amoeba will be formed because the cytoplasm has been divided. So daughter amoeba will be formed. Many daughter amoeba will be formed. Okay, so don't worry, all the daughter amoeba will be formed. And when the condition is favorable, then the cyst breaks. Then this cell which is in the state of cyst, it will break and the daughter amoeba will go outside. Okay, and live their nice life. And then this is how multiple fission is occurring. Okay, now come on, budding. See, what is the, see, first I rub this. I am rubbing this. Okay, now what is budding? In Hindi, bud means kali. No, bud means kali. Now see, what happens in budding? A new organism develops. A new organism develops from an outgrowth of the parent's body. Okay, so there will be, if this is a parent body, so a new organism will be developed from the outgrowth. Outgrowth means, out means outside and growth means growing. So outgrowth means like this way. This is a kind of outgrowth. Okay, this is the parent one and this is the outgrowth which occurs. So budding means a new organism will develop from the outgrowth of the parent's body, which is known as bud. Okay, which is known as what? Bud. Clear? And the bud will attach to the parent's body till it comes in the stage of maturity. After it comes in the stage of maturity, it will detach or it will separate out from the parent's body. Are you getting my point now, guys? Okay. Now see, in yeast and hydra there are two different see, they are very similar, but only some difference is there in yeast and hydra. Only little bit difference is there. नहीं तो सेम ही है. Okay. So budding in yeast and hydra. See, when we talk about yeast, I have drawn the same diagram. See, in yeast, na, budding is very fast. In yeast, budding is very fast. Okay. Now, what happens in yeast? This is the parent one. Now, what will happen? An outgrowth will occur. An outgrowth will occur due to the accumulation of the cytoplasm at a part of the parent's body. Okay. So, due to the accumulation of cytoplasm at a part of the parent's body, an outgrowth occurs. And in that outgrowth, na, see, this is the nucleus. This is the nucleus. Now, the nucleus will divide into two. And one nucleus will go into the smaller cell. This is one smaller cell. And one nucleus will go in this. Okay. Like it is looking like a snowman. Okay. So, the nucleus will divide into two and one of them will go into this part. This smaller cell. Now, what is this and what is this? This is bud or daughter cell. This is the mother cell. Okay. This is the mother cell. Okay. Mother one. Mother cell. Mother cell. It is not working correctly. Wait a second. Mother cell. Okay. Now this is the daughter cell or bud. It is the mother cell. Clear? Now see. This is and I have told you that in yeast the bud occurs very fast. Okay. So the development of bud is very fast and it occurs in chains of buds. Okay. Now the bud will remain attached to the mother cell till it becomes till it matures. Okay. And it may detach or it may attach to it always. Okay. So it is depending on this case. Okay. So now what will happen? From this cell, two or more buds can arise, and from these buds, na, two or more buds can arise of its own. See, what I am guys saying that from this mother cell, one bud is arising, no? So it can arise two or more. Okay. So from a cell, it can arise two or more buds, and from these buds, their own buds can also arise. Okay. So from these buds, their own buds can also arise. Two or more buds can also arise. Okay. This is how what I am telling. Now, in hydra, we have studied about yeast. Now, in hydra, and in yeast, there will occur a chain of cell. Chain of cell also occurs. Okay. When the development of bud is very fast, so it occurs a chains of cells. Okay. In yeast. Okay. Now come on hydra. Now what happens in hydra? The cell divides very fastly. Okay. In hydra what happens? Like this is a hydra. At a certain point, when the cell divides very fastly, it occurs a buds. It occurs an outgrowth. When at a certain point, like this is a certain point. Okay. If a cell divides unrepeatedly, if a cell divides repeatedly, then there will be occurring a bud. Okay. Then there will be occurring a bud. Okay. So a bud can occur when the cell divides repeatedly at a certain point on the parent's body. Now it will grow and it will become this. It will become one more baby, one more cell, one more hydra. Okay. The young hydra or the daughter hydra, you can say. Now when it becomes mature then it will separate out from the parent, or it can detach from the parent's body. Okay, now when it will become mature, then it will separate out. This is how budding is done. Okay, so budding is over. Now guys, what is fragmentation, what is regeneration, and what is the difference? Now fragmentation, fragment means pieces. Okay, so fragment means pieces. Sorry guys. Now in fragmentation, a new organism develop from the pieces of the parent's body. For example, if there is a spirogyra. Okay, spirogyra is a filamentous cell. No, you all remember. So if there is a spirogyra, see, this is a kind of spirogyra, and there are many cells. Okay, now if this spirogyra divides into two or more, if it's divided into two or more, like this way, if it divides into two or more, then what will be happening? These three will become a new individual. Okay, for example, if I give you a simple example, if you imagine like I am a parent body, and now my hand will divide. If my hand has been cut and it is divided, then a new organism will arise from that hand. Okay, this is known as fragmentation. Just an example that I have given you about my hand, and in spirogyra it occurs. Okay, so from the fragments, from the pieces, a new organisms arise. Now regeneration. Now what is regeneration? Regeneration is a process in which when an organism lost its body, it can regenerate its lost body part. Okay, so in the regeneration process, an organism can regenerate its lost body parts, or regrow its lost body parts. Okay, like a starfish. In starfish, regeneration occurs. Okay, so it can regenerate or regrow its lost or damaged body part. Okay, now what happens in regeneration? You know that there is a lizard. If there is a lizard, it cuts off its tail when it is in danger. Okay, so it cuts off its tail. Okay, so when a lizard cuts off its tail arises. From the tail, not a full lizard is arising. Not a full lizard is arising, no. This is only the point. This is only the difference between fragmentation and regeneration. If I explain it Hindi, from a fragmentation, see, जब छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों से एक नया ऑर्गेनिज्म अराइज हो सकता है, लेकिन रीजनरेशन में क्या होगा? अब जो टुकड़ा हो गया ना, उसमें से ऑर्गेनिज्म अराइज नहीं होगा, बल्कि वो टुकड़ा अराइज होगा. देखो, हमने फ्रेगमेंटेशन में क्या किया? अगर मेरा हाथ हटा तो फिर हाथ से एक नया ऑर्गेनिज्म अराइज हो गया. लेकिन रीजनरेशन में अगर मेरा हाथ हटा तो हाथ से नया ऑर्गेनिज्म अराइज नहीं होगा, बल्कि मेरी बॉडी से हाथ आ जाएगा. ठीक है? दिस इज ओनली द पॉइंट which is the difference between fragmentation and regeneration. Most of the students have confusion in these things, so this doubt has been cleared, I suppose. Let me know in the comment section. Now, spore formation. See, there are some of the bacteria which produce spores. Okay, so there are some of the bacteria which produce spores, and in that spores, they are in the dormant stage. Okay, so they are in the dormant stage. So some bacteria produce spores which are in the dormant stage or the inactive stage. Dormant means inactive, means they are not active. Why they are inactive? They are inactive because for the bacterial cells, the cells which are inside, no, for the surviving of the bacterial cells in unfavorable condition, so that the bacterial cells can survive in the unfavorable condition. That is why they are in the dormant stage or the inactive stage. Okay. Now, in the spore formation means spore are forming, as the name suggests also. Okay. Now, what happens in the spore formation? Spores are very tiny cells. Spores are very tiny cells, and they are very light also. Light means they are हल्के होते हैं वो. Okay, they are very light, हल्के होते हैं वो, so that they can float in air. Spores can be motile as well or non-motile. Okay, so spores can be motile or non-motile. Motile means capable of movement. So spores can be capable of movement, but spores can capable of movement or incapable of movement also. So motile means capable of movement and non-motile means incapable of movement. Okay. So spores are very tiny structures which can be motile or non-motile. They are very light. They can float in the air or water. Okay. And when there are suitable conditions, for them to grow, when a spores reach a place which is suitable for it to grow, then it develops into a new individual. Okay, this is how I am telling spore formation. Okay, so what are the suitable conditions? Suitable conditions include availability of food and warmth. It also include the moisture content, that the right amount of moisture is there or not. Okay, so what does it include? I have written also right amount of moisture and availability of food and warmth. Okay, so suitable conditions include right amount of moisture, availability of food and warmth that a spore needs. Okay, and when it goes to that suitable condition, the suitable place where the conditions are like this way, then it grows into a new individual. Then it develops into a new individual. Okay, now what is vegetative propagation? Now, vegetative propagation in plants. You already know that the plant produce seeds. If a plant is not capable to produce seed, or a plant cannot produce seed, or the seed cannot germinate, if a seed is not capable to germinate or the plant cannot produce seed, now how it will be reproducing? How it will reproduce? So it will reproduce by its vegetative parts. Okay, by its vegetative parts. Instead of seed producing organs, it has vegetative parts that do not take part in the sexual reproduction. This is very much important. These all are the kind of asexual reproduction. Okay, so these all are the kind of asexual reproduction, and the vegetative parts do not take part in the sexual reproduction. And what are the vegetative parts? Vegetative parts can be stem, leaves, roots. Okay, these are kinds of vegetative parts. So a plant, there are certain plants only. Okay, so there are certain plants which do not produce seeds. Instead of that, they produce their new organisms from their vegetative parts. Okay, now vegetative propagation, we will be discussing what are the ways of vegetative propagation in our next video. So bye bye guys till that time. So thank you.